I'm Quita Culpepper with your headlines in Austin. A specialized part of the National Suicide Hotline is going away. The Trump administration plans to end a service that's geared toward LGBTQ plus youth. Kelsey Sanchez spoke with advocates in Central Texas.
Here at the Little Gay Shop in East Austin, the celebration of the LGBTQ plus community is everywhere.
We are a business, but we are a community-focused business with a mission.
A mission co-owner Justin Galitz says is more important now more than ever.
I think we've seen continued attacks on our communities with this administration that are not surprising to us in any capacity, because it's way easy to scapegoat us than it is to, address some of the actual issues in the world.
Galitz is talking about the announcement from the Trump administration. The Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Administration is cutting a specialized suicide prevention hotline that caters to LGBTQ youth on July 17th. It was known as the Press 3 option.
It can be daunting, it can be scary sometimes, but there are still so many other resources within our local community, within the state, within the country that are still running, still operational, still here to serve and protect you and be there for you.
For Reverend Dr. Mary Wilson, who works with children and families within the LGBTQ plus community at Chrysalis Q, it also wasn't surprising to learn the program will end.
This action shows the lack of care for a certain portion of the community that is particularly vulnerable.
In a statement, the Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Administration says the 988 hotline will still be available for anyone who needs it. And as for other resources and support, Wilson adds there's still a local community that remains resilient.
We have to support one another.
And that was Kelsey Sanchez reporting. While the general 988 line will remain open to all, advocates say nonprofits like the Trevor Project will also offer specialized 24/7 crisis services for LGBTQ plus youth. Austin ISD leaders are trying to tackle a budget deficit. Last night, the superintendent announced the district is reducing its central office staff by more than 20%. More than 170 people are either losing their jobs or taking a pay cut or having their job changed. Superintendent Matthias Segura says the cuts will save the district nearly $10 million. He called it a critical step to take before moving forward with any campus consolidations. Those decisions are expected to be made this fall. And according to the latest update from the school board, the current school year is expected to close with a $90 million deficit. Hundreds of people gathered in East Austin Thursday for the city's annual Junth Parade and Festival. Juneteenth marks June 19, 1865, when slaves on Galveston Island learned they were free through the Emancipation Proclamation. It's a celebration of freedom and African American heritage. About 100 groups registered for the parade, which started on MLK Jr. Boulevard and ended at Rosewood Park. From city officials to high school bands and dance groups, the parade drew a large turnout from all sections of the community, and now about 40 vendors were in the park offering food, crafts, and live music.
It's important to continue celebrating events like this, one, to honor culture and different culture, but two, to also honor freedom.
Shanisha Johnson, an organizer with Central Texas Juneteenth, says this year there were some funding challenges. The group had fewer sponsors compared to last year, so donations dropped by about $30,000. She attributes that loss to companies no longer supporting diversity, equity, and inclusion initiatives. A children's hospital in Austin is the first pediatric hospital in the world to start using a new robotic technology. And surgeons say it will be a game changer for patients with complex spinal deformities. Ascension's Dell Children's Medical Center North Campus will soon start using an advanced active robotic assisted and navigation platform. Many surgeons already use robotic technology in surgeries, but Active Robotics provides surgical guidance that's tailored to a surgeon's exact preference. Surgeons say it will allow more precise screw placement, which will give patients better outcomes and recoveries. Calls are growing for Tesla to pause its robo-taxi plans in Austin. People could start hailing rides in those vehicles starting on Sunday. And as Daniel Perot reports, state lawmakers say they're concerned about safety and regulatory oversight.
As soon as Sunday, Tesla Model Y self-driving robotaxis could start picking up passengers in Austin. State Representative Gina Hinojosa says she's all for innovation, but has some concerns.
We want to make sure that we're doing everything that we can to keep Austinites safe, to keep Texans safe.
Hinojosa and 6 other state lawmakers sent this letter to Tesla, urging the company to hold off until new state regulations for self-driving cars take effect in September.
The new law has safety measures in it that are important.
That law will require autonomous vehicles to have a recording device on board and be capable of minimizing risk if the automated driving system breaks. Operators would also have to submit a first responder interaction plan. UT professor Cara Kockelman says companies like Waymo already have established protocols.
They quickly send an email of the address to the Waymo management and they geofence out that location for half an hour.
Waymo robotaxis like these have been on Austin streets for more than a year. But unlike Waymo's, Teslas don't use LiDAR technology for the self-driving, instead relying only on camera sensors and machine learning algorithms.
That LiDAR is that backup, that's that redundancy that you really want, like in a heavy rainstorm or fog conditions. So I would hope that the Teslas would pull to the side if it started raining heavily.
While she has some concerns about vehicles driving aggressively or responding poorly in certain situations, Kockelman says self-driving technology could still help reduce crashes in the long run.
Waymo's been beating the average background crash rate by about 80%, so it's only crashing like 20% of the time that you would expect.
While the new state law will create new safety standards, local leaders say without those guardrails, the cars shouldn't hit the streets. In Austin, Daniel Perot, KVUE News.
If Tesla moves forward with the rides on Sunday, state lawmakers want the company to send them detailed information about how Tesla will comply with the new state rules. And those are the headlines happening in Austin. I'm Quita Culpepper.